So I think Christmas came early to everybody. New Doom level that I had been talking about for a little while, saying it's getting close, and then I stalled out on it. Finally finished it, put it out there, let you know so you could try it right away. Then went over to visit my daughter and son-in-law, and he and I went down and said, let's play that level over here because playing it off of his Xbox allowed me to see I had some darkness issues with earlier levels that I had to make some minor adjustments to. And all of a sudden, while playing it there, I uncovered one fatal flaw in what I had put out there that I had a door that was supposed to be keyed that was not keyed. So it was like, well, that made things a lot easier. And so that was a problem. And then there was just some texture stuff that I went and fixed right away, pushed out, let you know that. And in the process of that, I uncovered, oh, and there's another texture issue. And then there's a missing one here. It's out there already in version 6.3 from 6.0 to 6.3 in a hurry. But it is out there. We'll include a link in the description so you can get it and play it on whatever platform works out best for you to do so. Steam's worked out great. I assume you're playing it through Steam.
Steam, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
the
your
new,
son-in-law has been playing these levels?
yeah, okay, it's mildly forced. It's kind of like, I mean, he does
Stay
more
married to my daughter, play these damn
playing my
games.
games. The He's more of a Call of Duty, but that kind of stuff guy. But I had mentioned he was like moderately into Doom, and I was like, I got some levels out there, and so he said, oh, I got Doom too. It's part of this package here, so hooked him up with Boom Panda. He checked that down, so it's about after about 3 levels, and he's wisely said he's enjoyed them all. And, but it although it was interesting, so I'm very interested in you. So folks, it's out there. It's level 6. It's called Lego My Panda. It's a combination of some Lego theming on the front end, and then as you get towards the tail end, you kind of get into more traditional Doom with a splash of Bog Panda to it. And Mike has been playing these levels as I get him out there, and a lot of times it's helpful for him to have played the earlier levels and have built up an inventory. And I felt this level was one you could go into straight and fairly quickly do okay. Was that your experience, or was it still better to do a bit of a build up before you went into the level?
So I definitely got killed, but not immediately. It wasn't like the sports ball one where I just ran into it with nothing and was just immediately torn to pieces. So it wasn't like that. It was generous with the weapons early on, so you can kind of get your footing. I will say, so it's funny. So Kelly sent me a couple of screenshots. I didn't know anything about this level going into it. I mean, I really don't know anything about any of them going into it specifically. The amphitheater arena one, I you told me a little bit about that as a heads up, but that was about it. That's the only one. And when you sent me the screenshots I was looking at, I was like, it almost looks like Legos. The textures is what I was thinking. But I didn't want to ask anything. I just wanted to kind of go into it blind and just experience it for the first time. So as soon as it loaded up and it was Legos, I got unusually excited about it. I was so pumped that this was a Lego Doom level. Has anybody done that before? I've never seen anything like that.
Well, obviously somebody has because they built a whole bunch of textures that I was able to get.
Okay, so you found the textures for it. It
Yeah,
wasn't like you
yeah,
could
I found
name the
the
textures.
texture set. And I mean, it was expansive, the texture set, and so I was a bit selective on what I pulled down, partly out of ignorance. That I'm like said, I don't know how to do. There are some objects like so when you place a tree and some of those types of things, how those objects work with Doom. I'm still not as crisp in my level building. So a lot of they had some pretty cool Lego trees and stuff, which I would have loved to include it as well, but I just couldn't really ever pull it off, and so I may go back and on a future release add some of those in. But yeah, those textures were available, and so I took the no pun intended basic building blocks of what they gave me and had at it from there. But so that there's not a lot, and with that texture set out there, I'm surprised there's not more because with kind of minimal effort, you're all of a sudden armed with enough stuff to come up with some. kind of creative ways to use that and feel pretty Lego-y. So
Was your son-in-law pressured into feeling that this was really cool as well?
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he did like it, although he was getting dusted quick at the beginning, and so he very quickly, it's I've discovered that you can really not have a whole lot of trouble with a level if you built it. You're kind of like, yeah, I know what I need to do here. I know what I need to do there. Oh, this might be a good idea. If you come in cold and you're like, oh, well, crap, what do I do next? Particularly with this level, because I'm very interested at the tail end of it. There's kind of a four corners thing. There's four things you've got to kind of deal with and teleports to get there and all that. And they all kind of look similar. And I was like, I bet you this is going to be super confusing. So I tried to do a few things like put little markers down, like, hey, this section is one, I don't know if you saw them, that there are like little squares in front of all of the corner areas that would kind of, so if you'd gone to one and two, you said, I probably need to go to three next, you could kind of find them and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But that was not intuitive and very intuitive to me because I knew what I was trying to get at. But those are some of the things he's like, I'm not really sure. Boy, I'm just jumping all over the place. I'm like, well, yeah, you're jumping back into that building, and oh, okay, I get it. So, but he did seem to enjoy it.
Have you made him play Slapdash as well? Does
I
he know
have
that you're a
not.
character?
So I'm
You're a
not sure what
playable
his Game
character?
Boy. I have to bring a Game Boy over or get him set up with Super Console X. I mean, I got him at Games Legends Core back in the day, so there was some of that, but he hasn't been exposed to Slapdash yet. I don't believe. I'll work
So
on
he doesn't know that you're a playable character in a game slash hot sauce.
it. Vaguely, maybe vaguely aware. I may have mentioned it, and he hasn't pieced it together. So I'll have to expose him to the whole gore. He does listen to Hard No though, so
Oh, does he? That's
yes.
cool.
Yeah, and everyone's like goes, yeah, it's kind of weird. Everyone's like, listen to go. That's my father-in-law that's saying that. And those are Mike shows. When there are some things there. I explain to say you can probably the ones that you're kind of really scratching your head about. Those are Mike episodes. But Noom Doom level out there, folks. You should absolutely check it out. So I just trying to think. I don't want to. We'll talk about it offline because I'm very interested in finding out a few more things from you. But this one is not. This one's different. I think. I mean, it's not a huge level, but there's enough stuff going on. How did I do on balancing kind of challenge versus playability and all that? Did it seem okay?
Yeah, so I definitely think it was, especially because at this point, so if and you should be playing Boom Panda from the first level. So if you're playing from the first level, I feel like it's a good ramp up in the game. It might be a little challenge, like you were saying for your son-in-law, like it's a little challenging if you just jump into this level. But I think if you're playing it through the way you would be playing it normally, I feel like this is a really great collection of levels. I mainly want to know how many levels you're going to do or can do.
I uh I don't know. It seems like while this was an early Christmas present, it seems like it would be appropriate to have one more ready prior to Christmas. So I might do that. Because again, I mean, I know some stuff in Doom level building, and there's a bunch of stuff I don't know. One of the things I have struggled, I've tried multiple ways to do and have not achieved it, is to actually have whatever happens to be my last map to be the last map of it. So they're basically overlaying Doom 2 levels. So when you finish, this is map 6. When you finish Lego My Panda, you're going to be thrown into episode 7 of Doom 2. And so if I don't figure out how to stop it successfully, then I guess I'll eventually keep going until I cover up all those episodes. So
That's kind of where I was getting at with it. Can you just stop it, or do you just have to do every level of Doom 2?
no, you could because there's a bunch of mods out there that sometimes it's a one level mod or a couple level mod, and they're able to do it. And So I should be able to. I tried around map three to do that, and I thought I had everything coded right based on what I was able to research, but I was having no luck. Maybe I'll try Chat GPT and say, "Hey, how do I stop this?" And it can give me very explicit directions because we can see if it can do it that way. But that would be my intent. So if I can stop it, I think for the Boom Panda collection, I think around 10 to 12 levels would feel about right. And then if I want to do something else, I kind of start on a separate one after that.
What do you have any themes in mind of what maybe a next Kelly Doom game would be?
Well, I do have one in mind that I can spoil here a little bit because maybe this will become the Christmas one. I think I'm going to have a hard no level. It'll be the world's shortest level, and so
That would
so
be
I
great.
think you can imagine that that'll be a quick play, and with speed runs of 1 to 2 seconds. So something like that, I could think. But I haven't, so I think that might be just a fun one to sneak in there. It'll be interesting to see how people react to that. But I haven't come up with what the next kind of concept was because kind of each of these levels eventually I say, hey, it'd be kind of fun to let's do an arena thing, or hey, let's do something where there's kind of like portals where you jump around, or let's do one that kind of touches on some of the Bog Panda show themes a little bit with the first level. And then, oh wow, there's a Lego, there's Lego textures I can drop in. That'd be kind of fun. And so I've done that. So as one of those catches my eye, that's I just start to build the level around whatever that concept would be. Sports ball, of course, was another one where there was some pretty clear theming involved there. So I'll uh, I'll have to think about it, but always open to suggestions and appreciate if you folks would subscribe to Bog Panda. Hit that bell so you know when new episodes come out and new levels to Doom. You'll find out as well. You'll also get access to the aforementioned Hard No. It's the world's shortest podcast. You'll probably be able to not even get through a whole episode of Hard No before you finish the Hard No level of Boom Panda. And we also have the Doom levels are linked to a section. It's called Bog Pandavision. We are micro home brew developers. And there's the Slapdash series that Mike mentioned for the Game Boy. There's a NES adjacent slap adjacent game, and some online games as well. So there's a variety of things, all free. Things can check it out. Mike's always got something cooking, so there's more. There's a whole variety of Slapdash out there. There's one for the holiday season, so there is no Slapdash Thanksgiving. So
No, and it's funny you mentioned that. A couple people have asked me now. So we might have to make that happen for next year, a slapdash Thanksgiving variant.
that'd be. I mean, you can use turkeys. Turkeys and oysters is what you can use
Yeah.
as the phones in there. So you can do that thing. So
Slapdash gets stuffed by Kelly.
always thinking. And also check out our merchandise. We've got some t-shirts and such you can pick. Best way to listen to Bog Panda is in a Bog Panda t-shirt. Rebecca Kennedy thinks so. If you watch the movie Crust, you'll see her at least twice in the movie for fairly decent screen times be sporting a Bog Panda t-shirt. Don't you want to be cool like Rebecca Kennedy? Of course you do.
She also has one of our patches on her jacket.
She does.
Yeah.
So be sure and check all that out. Anything else, sir?
No, I think that's it. So does this mean that a potential future guest could be your son-in-law on Hard No?
Oh boy, I don't know. I still think he's got that healthy fear. You see, because what you do is you'd be baiting him to try and break bad on me, and I think he's reluctant to do that. And I don't
That's
think
understandable.
you've been able to sway many people. Rebecca Kennedy's a really good example. Someone who used to be nice to me now is occasionally not nice to me because of your influence. Nikki Bilderback, another example from there. So there are people you've turned against me, and so I think he might be harder to turn.
I would never dream of doing such a thing, sir.
Evil Emperor Palpatine. So we'll see on that. But yeah, I mean that's a possibility. I'll bounce it off of him. I don't know if he's got the stomach for a Mike series of
I mean,
questions.
your daughter was on hard now.
Yeah, but I was ready to pull the plug at any moment there. So yeah, and I guess as long as I'm still recording these, we can do that too because I could just end the broadcast at any moment. So that's a possibility. I'll run it by him. We'll see. It's been a while since we had a guest. I think but like I said, I think he's going to be reluctant to break bad on me and reluctant to answer some of the probing questions that you might come forward with. So we'll see on that. So
We'll keep it softball questions.
yeah, sure we will. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bog Panda.